Today, I want to talk about strength training. I want to make sure you understand and have a full understanding of how strength training works and how you can get all the benefits from it, most specifically from a fat loss and a weight loss standpoint. Okay, so now what's important to understand is when you're first getting into strength training, it's a lot like learning a new skill. I like to use the analogy of learning the piano. Let's imagine that you don't know how to play the piano. My guess is that when you're going in for your first lesson, you don't have very high expectations, right? So you don't think you're going to be playing Beethoven anytime soon within the next couple weeks. And we need to develop that same mindset when it comes to your strength training, okay? Because it is a new skill that you're learning. So, much like you would if you were learning the piano, it'd be very, very basic, very simple, very low expectations in the beginning. And I want you to do the same for your strength training, okay? It's very, very important that you focus on developing confidence with the movements that you're doing, and you want to get comfortable with everything. Okay, that's really the big focus for you for the first several weeks. Now, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 months. It just depends on your experience level and how frequently you're coming in. Okay, obviously, the more frequent you come into the gym, the quicker that process can be. Okay, so during that time over the first couple weeks, the intensity level that I want you to be working at is going to be relatively low. Okay, so think 50 to maybe 70% intensity level, because again, the focus is on getting comfortable and getting confident with the movement. Now, the important thing here is that once you get comfortable and confident, okay, again, after that 1 month or 2 months or a couple weeks, however long it takes you, once you get comfortable, confident, and consistent with your routine, that's when we can start to bump up the intensity level. Okay, so at that point, you might be able to start working at an 80 to 90% intensity level. And that's honestly where the magic happens when it comes to strength training. Another way to think about that, let's say that you're doing 10 reps of an exercise. We're asking you to do 10 of something, let's say squats. And let's say you get to your set of your 10th rep. We want you to be feeling 90% difficulty, 90% tired, however you want to think about it. Another way to think about it is you could only do maybe 1 or 2 more reps with good form, okay, before your form starts breaking down. We need to ultimately get you to that intensity level, because if you're still, after several months, even after you feel comfortable and confident in the gym, if you're still doing exercises and only getting to a 60, 70% intensity level by the time you get to the end of your set, we're not going to see the effect that we ultimately want from the strength training, okay? Because we need to get that intensity level to a certain point so that we can actually have the result that we want within the muscle fibers, okay? So the big benefit and how this all comes together with strength training, by strength training effectively and adding muscle to your body, it increases what's called your basal metabolic rate. Okay, so your basal metabolic rate is how many calories you burn at rest on a daily basis. See, muscle takes a lot of energy to maintain. And so the more of it you have, think of it as a battery that just works for you 24 hours a day. So we want to keep adding muscle. So again, ultimately, we do that by getting to the appropriate intensity level, but that does take time. Okay, so we don't want to try to rush the process, because if you do, that's how injuries happen and you start developing bad habits with form and you don't get as much out of it. Okay, so I hope this all makes sense. I want you to take your time throughout this process. It does take some time. Okay, it does take practice, much like learning the piano. Okay, so hopefully that helps you develop the right mindset. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. You can comment on this video, you can send us a message, email, text, whatever you need. We're here to help. You can comment in our Facebook group. Either way, we can't wait to see you in for your next workout, and hopefully you're having a great day.